Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did more MSQ, which involved going into the anti-tower. A dungeon where, about halfway through the dungeon, I needed to put off my microphone because someone was drilling some holes in the wall, which was quite loud. Anyway, I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Flamin. I will brief Totoro on what we have learned, as well as Urianger. He may have insight into what the word told us. As for you, Lyn, after all you have done, I would say you have earned the rest. But speaking of all earned rewards, I received a message from Sir Emmerich while you were away. To seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort, and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. So now we have kind of a break in the story, Well, my friends, chances are that this episode we're gonna go off into an entirely different direction, which I'm honestly fine with, because this is another piece of content that I definitely want to do. Okay. What the cat doing? Being a little weirdo. Hello. The time has come, warrior of light. You must move against the warring Triad now, or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it will be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You, Lyn, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections of your fellow Scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your Echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference to those who covet the elegance primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Guardian Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Az's Law. We shall speak further there. Anybody who is unaware of who these characters are, they are references to bosses, and some pretty important bosses in Final Fantasy VI. Also, this mount is so good. It's the best freaking mount. 10-year anniversary of this game. It's a good reward to get for that. Please, cat, just go away. You can't fit in here. You cannot. If you do, it will create even more problems for my microphone to pick stuff up. So stop. How many times must I tell you to stop? Before, well, whatever. I've already been clawed more than once. You can also hear a dog barking in the background, because I can never get a moment's silence in this place. Never. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained. Their fathomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Let us continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment facility. Also, none of this is going to be voice acted, so You've not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission, then. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Mikote Scion, you must be Archon Stola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mrs. Kryle of the Students of Valdesian, correct? Diminutive? Perhaps there has been some mistake. I assume it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance? The mistake is mine. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if you proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the Icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triads, otherwise known by the historian of Alex as the Fiend. He was once the patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia, but was subdued by the Allegan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream, while his body's energies are harnessed by Allegan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into ether lies in his restraints. His ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him, while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful Icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the others stand ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. The most succinct assessment, Mistress Kryle. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly. If only my gift offered such a detailed analysis. Which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It will be Lyn, and I, after all, who enter the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those who under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Lyn and her gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise and, of course, my diminutive stature. Right, it's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. Blip, activating verification systems, lifting access restriction to Triad control. I had no idea the Valdesian curriculum, that's a word and a half, was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls of Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls, perhaps my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Blip bloop, warning. Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restrictive airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Guardians. Come, Urianger, we must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. God, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified, but I can't very well leave every deadly task to your science. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to outright even the implacable armies of the Allegans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I should do my best not to wake the Icon up too much, as my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters. Get them up, and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Alright. I will meet you guys right here when I am done queuing up. Please let this happen. Because otherwise I could have an awkward moment of like, hey, here I am, but also the thing didn't. You know, I guess. That is if you have watched this. Or if you know anything about ffXIV. Where people don't accept it, thank you. People do have a tendency to not accept their cues from time to time. Or, well, literally can't because of certain elements.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
He does have 6 arms, and his buff as shit. Alright. This music is, of course, also based off of good old ffXIV. Man, sorry, but this music gives me PTSD. Because of the extremes, specifically. I spent a lot of time on the extremes of all 3 of these fights. Like all of the trials from... honestly, just all of the trials of Heavensward. Spent so much time on them, it's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, that's a tank buster, by the way. And he charges up the big punch. So we're gonna have these things happening. There's a reason underneath here. And this over here, just stand behind him, because he's gonna clap that entire side. Okay, and then he's going to summon his adds. Okay, you're gonna take these, or have you already gotten some of those? I don't know. I'm gonna help. But in any case, feel like I'm helping, even though there's still one of them running loose. Can I not target? Jeez. No, they all just come to the middle, so I guess it's fine. Park my balls. Yay, super original joke. Once again, normal fights are not too involved. At least at this point of the game. And now we get the actual song. So get hit with the power of grass. What is this? Freaking Genshin Impact? This over here means that he's going to smash that blue spot and he's going to knock you away from, like, that thing. Of course, if you stand in the blue, you will... I'm not sure if you will die in the normal version, but you will definitely take a lot of damage. These are Earth Shakers, similar to Bahamut, where they're just gonna hit 2 people and are gonna mark 2 people and it's gonna like hit them in like a small-ish conal. When he does this, he's gonna blow on the arena and he's gonna push you back. Gotta kill the storm of words when it appears. Quite important. That could be a thing that could wipe you. That over there, that little shine, means that everybody's gonna get an AoE underneath them. You need to run away from that. More Earthshakers. Usually people do that, where one goes to the left, the other to the right. And then we have this. The impact of Hob. Stand over here, and you will get Yaya-Yeeted into the air. And you can avoid that attack. Otherwise you will, I think, just immediately die. That's definitely what happens in the normal version. This over here is usually something where you spread the people, yeah, because it's gonna like shoot different people. This doesn't really have much to say right now. One side does magic damage, the other does physical damage. Doesn't really have much to... okay. And then towers, just like in Bahamut also. You gotta take them, if you do not, they will blow up and do a lot of damage. Okay. The other tank died, because he stood in the 80s. Those ones are really, like, real killers, because usually a lot of people are just, like, stacked up, and there's just, like, 10 of them underneath each other. Like, 10 of them in general. Oh, there we go. Actually, not 10, it would be 8. I cannot count. Anyway. Kind of difficult for me to explain content while on the run, especially when it's, like, you have normal content and then extreme, which... They share similar mechanics, mind you, but they're entirely different in a lot of ways. Anyway. A cool fight with some really cool music. But we will check out more of that when we do X3. That'll be the moment where we really get to check some of that stuff out. You did it. I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. A hero, tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength. Y'shtola, this is Kryl. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Then gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Hmm? Yes, understood. Let's swap tails of the Rising Stones then. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls, who had seen the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we? That we shall. I put up the chat block too early. That was a misclick on my part. Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regular Van Hydrus, legatus of the 4th Legion of the 5th, the 6th Legion. Sorry. And it would seem that that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. You think that I pursued them? Ugh. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learned. I doubt it, you Guardians never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, and in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summoned them. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. I look back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope? An appetite for power? A lingering sense of regret? And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gift tells you? No, those are just wild guesses, but I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Deities Unakalhai, that word. Or that name. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. Wait, that which a fellow being, yeah, whatever. You do not mask your heart as you do with your countenance. There's a performance then. A ruse to uncover my true nature. See, I shall have to keep my wits about me. So just like an elegant bike riding past. Of course controlled by a dragon. Anyway. It's a normal day in this hellhole. Right. Unukalai. Back to Revelant's Tale. Welcome to Mordona, in Mordona. Wow. Okay, decided to pause for some more noise happening. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding the store of the Boring Triad's baleful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alec. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Guardians afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate the primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the beliefs of its worshippers. There's no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. It's plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of elegant technologies, potential for calamity, or are those your own words? It was but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. So, as long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? There we go. It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send words if there are any further developments. A companion now, am I? Okay. Maybe I swap over to Dark Knight for the next one. So a finished likeness. This will unlock. I'm gonna grab all of these later on, but that will unlock the extreme. We're gonna do like all the 3 extremes in one go. Just FYI. Let me also go and change something else. I want you to be down here instead. Maybe a little bit more over here. That is acceptable for me. Right. The Fate of Stars. I'm troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of elegant technology. Well, it's true that the 6th suffered heavy loss in attempting to breach as last defenses. The Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow Scions. Or can you show her? Or what news? And you're quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course, we shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Guardians have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Oriange placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Y'shtola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have information. When I have informed the other scions of this development. Okay. Off we go back to that place. Let's fly, my beautiful sky snake. Stop. Just stop. Jeez. No, I told you to stop. It is still way too warm. I'm still recording. Probably should have cut that out, huh? Anyway, get off of me. Or get away from me. Please. Another time, another day. Well, definitely another time. Probably still today. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here and on. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Guardian slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Arcanista set forth through Az's lie when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Well met, Unakalai, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Lynn. We shall all be glad of your presence, should we meet the D6 Legion. That seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alex's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legates had not reached the core laboratories, whatever, already. This is passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the archmages of Charlene. Naught was left to chance. Naught. It is well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery, that they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness is passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Arcanista has the right of it, and for all else we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Allegans to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create a substance from nothing. From nothingness. What? I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, I presume? Or perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks, enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? You have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. Didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Unakalai. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatuses. God's sentiments reflect mine own. Or my own. Yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Forgive me, my thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters, shall we? You dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, it was a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the student of Baldesion himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells. I'm sorry, I'm having hiccups. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Am I gonna be... Ooh, an instance. I don't remember this one. Mind you, I'm not complaining. I'm very interested in this story because I didn't read it at all when I did it for the first time. Ah, we get the good music though. Guardian strike for the heart of the facility and the gate is... blah, blah, blah. We must be swift in our pursuits. Stop. Go away. No. Go away. The actual cat lovers must be like, how dare you! I mean, if I don't, then she's just gonna walk all over me, which is, you know, not good. Hello? Oh. It's like, hello, I'm at the top of the aggro list. Seen that Uri anger.
In the name of the Emperor!
Who? Stop them! Wow, he just immediately died. Wow. Yeah, Kryl, no problem. Does she? Does she need me? I think she's fine. In all honesty. Go, I will stand guard with Mrs. Kryl. You must keep the legatus from his price. Which is... where? Oh, we have to go this way. Run with me, Y'shtola! The fast walk. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hello, you Colossus. You colossal waste of iron. That's Papalimo, so beautifully said. Anyway. Really? Quickly, inside of the barrier. Ha ha ha! Really is a colossal waste of iron. Even his self-destruct didn't do anything. After the Legatus. Still they come. They came. Press on then, I will handle this. I've exposed the bones of their work, now to extract the marrow. Dark Knight versus Dark Knight, basically. Even in a moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Want to compare sword length? Alright, Van Hydrus. Show me what you got. There's a lot of turrets which really can't be bothered with. No, I guess I can. Whatever. Sure. It's gonna be dashing around anyway. It's gonna be difficult to hit him with anything. Since he wants to do the Gaius maneuver. The Gaius maneuver. Really, bleed?
Can you withstand this?
I mean, I just did, so yes. You good, dude? Weapons inhibitors exist for a reason, but I will not lose. Blah, blah, blah. Cerulean Servant, that's pretty cool. Servant and King. I don't remember this instance at all. Which is really nice. Anyway. So is damage gonna be determined by how much HP is left?
Enough!
You cannot hope to win. Wow. Look at that damage. You tried, friend. Lynn. The Tomlif is unbreached then. Cryle. My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for a man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain will be as kindling waiting for a spark. Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Alag, and invited the calamity in so doing. This star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a war-mongering savage least of all. Have care, boy. You speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Well, I appear not to be dead. Ow. Cryle. I may have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. Our foes gave no quarter. Aduna Kalahai stinted in his defense of thee. Thou mayst be certain thy hurts would be far worse. I could do no less. Mrs. Crowley is here at my behest, after all. The Seekers of Alag are safe for the present, though it is doubtful the Legatus will return to Gormald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Now we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Cryle and I will place additional seals upon the Tomlith. Unakalhai. I appreciate you staying at my side. Thank you. Twas not. Oh, please. It's a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You are welcome. Oh, Ryanje, are the new wars already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft. He who invited Imperial legators into this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events? The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legators of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. It is plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence did the legators come by such definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of thine unraveled ward, of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and often doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Guardian Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Lyn or Mr. Skryl, 'tis likely that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous seekers of Alec as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective, thou went remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters discerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of the star is an end too vast for any of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, then. Oriange is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. Now, I would ask that thou forgive Unukalhai this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mr. Skryl. It would be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Ystoli realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Ah, never mind the warring Triad. I have awoken Archon Ystola's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Come then, it is time we return to the Rising Stones. Okay. Okay then. Let me drink something. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Oriange suggested, I possess the gift of the Echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the selfsame purpose, the salvation of this star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than a proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I'm about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapon's fatal imperfection, its propensity to bleed primal energies, and with each victory the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite, insatiable in their hunger for ether. They ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force. and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urian J so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master too cares deeply for about the fate of the star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. Okay. And we have the next thing. But that's going to be something for the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode we're going to go and deal with the rest. With the next primal. Spoilers. Oh my god. Anyway.